Okay, guys. So today's subject is about off-the-ball movement for different positions. So we're going to be starting with the outside attacking mids, even though we have it like this is a attacking mid. Let me just review all the positions right now real quick. Number 9 right here. Let's see if I can actually add the number there. Yep. We got the 7 here, attacking mid on the right side, 11 here. Okay. We have this one is like a 10. We have this one is a 6. This one is a 4, like a stopper. This is a center back in charge of the defense. 5. 4 is the left side center back. 2 on the left side attacking. I mean the wing back, the right back and left back kind of thing. My wing back as well. And number 3 on the side. So you got to learn, if you want to play college, you got to learn these numbers. That will make sense to you guys more as you grow in soccer world, because college coach is going to just tell you, hey, you're playing 9, false 9 today. I want you to distribute the ball to 11 and 7. So if you don't know what numbers are, you're going to be lost. You're not even going to be going to the next level, right? So first, we're going to be working on our attacking midfield's movement. So this guy and this guy, off the ball movement. So unfortunately, even some of our coaches, they don't utilize this player. They're just always trying to, when we're getting out of defense, let's just say goalkeeper finds our wing back right away. That's a good choice, by the way, each time. We don't necessarily want the player. We always start from the center. We don't necessarily want the player to make this run. We want to confuse the defense and mess him up with movement like this. Let me show you. So he comes this way, pulls the player with him, and then he comes back out. When he's doing that, number 9 is making a diagonal run. Not like this, like some of you guys do. Diagonal run, staying on site. So now this player has an option to go here, and right away they can find that. Or he can find the wide option to space right here, and immediately our center player at the outside attacking midfield has the space to go to center from there. Does that make sense? So it is critical that we understand the off the ball movement wise. This player doesn't just stay every time, stays wide right here. They come in, make a run, and then come back in. That's going to confuse the defense's shape and now opens up space for this player. That also creates the space for the 9 to go this way. Okay. So if the ball, somehow we get the ball to this area right here. Let me just click that again. It doesn't read it always really well. So if we're in this area, we do want the number 7 to be staying wide at that point. Okay. So there's an iPhone, unfortunately. All right. So if the attack is this close, we do want them to go wide. If the ball is on this side, we want them to go to back post. Right attacking midfield should be the back post finisher, right? But if the ball is this close away from our attacking half, and it's in the final third of the defensive half, the defensive third, this is the space, right? This, I'm going to show you guys. So I would consider about here to be the defensive third, this area. This is the mid third. The central and attacking third is this way. So just look at it like that. So once, like a college coach talking to you too, it will make more sense to you guys about this small things that is going to be critical for all of you. Okay. So attacking midfield movement. Sorry again. All right, let's delete that real quick. Okay, so if the ball is here on this goalkeeper or the center back passes the ball to wing back, you're going to make a run like you're going to go that way and then come back out, show yourself here. So what are the options for the other player? because this player is making a run this way, this is when the attacking midfield off the ball should be coming to this space. So now, if we choose the ball to go to the attacking midfield who make a run and come back out to this player, he can find this option and the other attacking midfield, and the other attacking midfield now can go to goal right away. But unfortunately, here's what happens. Our 9 is too lazy, right? They don't make the run. And you just kind of stay right here and you're just blind spot. So we're just going to be doing long balls and trying to run after balls. And that's not very smart. So when you make a run this way, the defender is going to come with you. And then when you pull back out, you're going to have this space. 1. 9 is going to be making a run all the way diagonally like this and ready to be running this way, right? And opposite side attacking midfield needs to be coming here. Now, if you realize, we now have actually 4 options if the other attacking midfield makes that run for the wingback. They can do a pass to this player. They can make a long ball to 9. They can skip everybody and make a long ball to 11 to make a run this way, right? And they can also, of course, drop the ball to this player if they're under pressure. They can drop, and the 4 now will be saying the same exact options and this player as well. But we don't see these options because everybody usually in the game is kind of standing in the center and asking for to be given to them right here. When you are standing there, so is the other team. So everybody is going to be right here. So if you're not making diagonal runs and off the ball movement, you're just killing your team and the options your team could have. Does that make sense? So attacking midfields, your off the ball movement is critical. Any questions about this? You can unmute yourself if you want. Write it in the chat.
Continuing in this, we're still looking to skip the 6 in this pattern because we're still in our defensive half. So my job is just to kind of cut, maybe draw attention, move to the ball, but I'm not supposed to get the ball, correct?
Yes, we want to, unless their actions clear the space to the center completely, right? So if this guy's making a run like he's supposed to and pulls back out and he takes all these attention with him, and then now you create this space right here. Yeah, of course you can get the ball. You got to just get close to him. And that's why it's important for other players to make these runs. But most of the time, like you said, we are doing, once we're getting out of, especially with 1-6, if you're playing with 1-6, 3-4-3 with 1-6, we want to skip the 6 coming out of defense. We want to go wide, find this player right here, or find number 9 here. Or if our 11 is actually making a good run, they can actually find this pass, find, this pass, find this pass, but not usually the 6, right? And 4 will be safer too. And now 4 has the same option, and 11 and 9 as well. So it's critical that we are in the right spots. Most of the time, because we don't make these runs, we are not in the right spots, and that's actually kind of killing us. All right. So that just kind of covers the 7 and 11, which is attacking midfield left side, attacking midfield right side. So if you're playing with 2 6s, then same thing. 7 in here, if the ball is here, they act like they're going to go this way and pulls back out, create space. 9 is making a diagonal run. Okay. 4 is giving a drop to this player. And one of the 6s can come in and actually receive the ball because we're going to at least have good enough coverage in the center. So now the player has 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course, if the 11 is actually making a diagonal run to this space, right? 5 options. But positive options, of course, we want to find is 1, 2. First one I'd say is this one, 1. Second option is this. Third option will be this one. Fourth option, now we're going backwards. And next option is this one still. Does that make sense? Please write in the chat, guys. I hope everybody's actually watching this and paying attention. Last week's questions actually opened up a lot of doors to a lot of answers. So I would really like you guys to kind of be active right now. Okay? Let's see. There's some things coming in there. Yes, I think that's what. Okay. All right. So Carlos came late. Outside forward makes a run, comes back out, stays in the center. 9 makes a run. If you release the ball to 9, 7 needs to be the new 9, going all the way here because we're going to have the space to dribble all the way here. Always the defense going to come. All right. 11 needs to go to back post. 2 attacking, the wing back needs to be here. 10 needs to be here outside the box to inside the box. He can come in 2. 6 needs to be outside the box around here. 3 needs to be supporting the drop. And one of the 4s in this gap. And the other 2 is going to be here once we complete the attack. Now we have a lot of numbers there. So a lot of you guys, though, once we get the ball to that player, what do? We have walkers. We have walkers. They are not coming, and these guys are coming back to help to their team, correct? They're actually coming back to help their team. So when we lose this ball, if we don't have a good cross, immediately they find this and they have a lot of space to go to our goal because our defense doesn't push up right away. So it's critical that we do the pushing immediately. And like my high school girls, not Everett High School girls team doesn't have a lot of select players. We have maybe 1 or 2 premier players, maybe 1 actually, premier level, and then a couple select players. And we are in second place in Wesco right now, which is amazing because we have like 4 starters as freshmen. So it's amazing that we're doing that. Every year we go the last part of the playoffs and we do a great job, but like it's hard. But one thing that we work on is pushing the team as a team. And they do a great job of this to a point that the other team is not even going to be able to get out because we mark every player on this off the ball screen and they cannot get out. And everybody else going to be offside because they're not coming back, right? So it's critical we use this. Let me see. There's something else in here. All right. So I'm going to rewind it back again. Like off the ball movement of, I think I made a mistake with that. Okay. We're going to be going off the ball movement of, which one is next? Which one do you guys want to work first? Oh, wrong side. Actually, 2 is the right back. 11, 7, 9 coming back. Let's go to here. Yeah, left back, right back for them. Okay. Let me see the chat. Okay, the 6. So off the ball movement of the 6 is critical. So let's just say we got the ball here in this side. 4 gives a drop, right? So you can come to, we want you to be coming really close to this area to be able to be in a part of the possession, right? But you can also, let's just say this guy gets the ball. You need to go in between the defense and sometimes even receive the ball. This is going to give you guys some width and options for the players to be here. So when they find you, you're the playmaker in the deep position. Unfortunately, you guys constantly wait here and get the ball less. You want to make sure you're a part of the play. So if this player needs somebody, we can't just give this guy always. Like you are the one that needs to be playmaking. So come in between the defense. It's fine. A lot of top level professional players do this to start an attack. And then they pass the ball, then they step again with the ball. So let's just say pass comes here and he gives a drop. Look at, he's always in the vision of the passer. Bomb. And maybe one pass right here. 9 is making a run and you're on attack right now. But off the ball movement of you is all about helping the defense as a six and helping, making sure that you're helping also options and drops for anyone and everyone in the field. So if the ball ends up with the 11 and he is not able to beat anybody here because he's pressure covered, they are actually outnumbering him here. It's you that should be giving a drop to this player, and he drops it, and you open the game for us. So six's job is always be in the vision of the player with the ball. Okay, off the ball, that is the number one concern for you. There's a lot of other angles, but I'm just trying to make it simple for you, understand, because we have young ones in here too. But you always need to be available. So it doesn't matter where the ball is, you need to be available for your players, and you always need to be open for your teammates for sure. Defensively, you want to make sure sometimes you understand, like if the other team has a cross right here and they are outnumbered, okay, before a cross, six's job is going inside the box too. They need to go inside the box, and in this case, you need to be like a little slightly deeper than further than the defense right here, but you should be inside the box to help with headers and crosses off the ball that way as well. Does that make sense? Put in the message. Let's see. Same. Yeah, I mean, Eric, so if you play with two sixes, one of them on that side is going to be helping, the other one can stay up. So the moment you are the one getting the ball or deeper, the other one stays up a little bit higher, like an 8 almost. Does that make sense? But stay in the vision. So let's just say this player gets the ball and you pull back here as one of the sixes to give an option. The other one should still be in the vision. You cannot be going taking off. Stay in the vision. So when we pass the ball, you can get the ball and you can step up, and hopefully we're making some diagonal runs, right? This player may be making a run this way, and that player is making a run that way, and this player is making a run this way. So we're just going to be like zigzag runs to be able to mess up the defensive shape. Does that make sense? The off the ball movement is everything. A lot of players, unfortunately, in the younger ages don't understand. Oh, I made a run. Why didn't you pass to me? Yes, that's a problem, right? But also, some of your runs are clearing a space for somebody else. So because you make this run, that might open space for him. Like this guy maybe was here, but you made a run this way. He comes in with you and now clears the space for this guy to have a wide open space. So if you make more movement off the ball, that's going to create space for somebody else. You might still end up getting the ball, but don't get upset because you're still doing good for your team. Like there are some forwards, like Inter Milan has Lautaro Martinez, and he is so off the ball movement everywhere. And for a long time for Inter, he wasn't scoring a lot of goals, but he was creating space for everybody else to score goals. And people were complaining, oh, he's not scoring a lot of goals. What kind of forward is this? But no, sometimes that forward is making those runs. Like he's so active, he's taking this defense with him and clears the space for this guy. So in this case, let's just say this attacking midfield has the ball right here, and defense was marking us tight, and attacking midfield on the other side, and they have a 6, let's just say right here. Okay, let's bring the 6 here. This is the left back. 6 here, right? So when you make a run this way, you might take this guy and you might take this guy. And if you are actually off the ball moving to this way, you might get the ball to this player and he might be one-on-one with the keeper now. So every action causes a reaction. But unfortunately, a lot of you guys do not move off the ball. And that's why it's easy for the other team to mark you and defend you. Like when you stand still and expect the ball to come to you straight on, you are an easy target. You're a sitting duck. You are an easy target. I don't know if you guys ever lately gone to an arcade. You know those clown heads? that you throw a ball and you try to put the clown heads down. You are that clown when you don't move off the ball. You are easy to defend, easy to hit. So it makes it really easy for the players to defend you on the other team. Okay. I'm going to read some of the stuff. Yeah, I mean, Darren, I said it actually at the beginning too. Yeah, it's very important that you understand not every run you're gonna make, you're gonna get the ball, but you are helping your teammates to create space for somebody else. It is critical you understand that. Yeah, like you might even get upset. Like today, Galatasaray played against the Greek champs PAOK, and of course someone like Osimhen from Napoli, Nigerian forward, is a 100 million euro player. He makes some great runs, and he was always wanting the ball. And sometimes you get upset he didn't get the ball, but like he creates so much space for everybody else. Galatasaray ended up winning 3-1, and all the spaces he created from him. So it's a big deal when you have a mobile number 9, mobile number 7, mobile number 11 to create space for everybody else. But another question is, they are creating space. Are you taking advantage of that space? So I'm going to ask you a question. Let's see, you guys can answer this. So if we're this close, all we see, we are in the center. We want you guys to, like, if this player is dribbling, this is the worst thing I see in soccer, by the way. It's just so annoying. So if like this guy has the ball and he's dribbling to the center, this player is going to step to him, right? And these guys are backing up. These guys are backing up. Why is my number 9 going straight into nowhere land? So if he has that kind of space, I might understand that, right? But if there's a player in the middle of it, there is no pass lane. This will be the pass lane. The player sees this, maybe, right? Player does not see this area at all because of the player on the way. So why are you running straight into nowhere land? I know this annoys any coach that knows the game, any parent that knows the game, any player that knows the game. This is the most annoying thing. Another annoying thing players do. This guy has space in front of him, and a number 9 comes in and checks in right here. This is one of the worst things you can do. This player has space in front of him to dribble and take attention and clear space for you, but you are stepping like a defender, closest view of the pass. So your choice. Question number 9. If the dribbler coming from this space and this defender is about to step to him, where do you run? And where do 11 and 7 run? You can unmute yourself. You can write it in the chat.
Off the back shoulders of the defenders.
This one?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. What is the two wing players? He can switch with one of them. For example, the striker. He can go to the red.
Please don't draw it on the field, guys. Let's erase that. Okay, hold on. Because once we start doing that, unfortunately, it gets to a point that everybody starts drawing, and then.
Yeah. What is this number here?
Okay.
All right. Now I'm using his phone, so the pictures are so small I cannot see them. Okay, but
Iker, stop doing that, please, Iker. Here we go. That's why we started. Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, they are playing with 3 defenders anyway.
No,
So
they're
what I
playing
would
with 4.
say the
The
main
other team has 4.
Oh yeah, the fourth one is awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
What I would do is one of the number 7, and number 7 he can go to the number 9 position, and the number 9 is he can go between the 2 defenders and open that pass. You know that? Yeah, that's why. Then at the same time, when he passing, if that ball comes, he's gone.
Very good. So the key thing,
Unmute now. Unmute.
the key thing though, it's Benny, right? Up there. So the attack, the off the ball movement in offense starts with who?
What was the question, Dagi?
The off the ball movement starts
Yes.
with who in the offense? Like the first person that should start the run to kind of trigger the other runs.
Yeah, I would say the 7 or the other. I don't know the other number is. What is the other
So
number?
9.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to explain to you why 9. So if 9 makes a run diagonally to the space, that was great call, Benny.
Yes.
That triggers him to go here. That triggers
Exactly.
11 to go wide.
Yes, 3 of them they need to move.
So if 7 goes first, there is a delay of things because we don't know if the 9 is going to go. Now 11
okay.
doesn't know where to go. So if 9 makes a run diagonally, 7 fills up that spot. That means they're switching. So he realizes, okay, I can't go there anymore. I need to go wide. Now, this player, and by the way, when 9 goes this way, this guy might follow him.
Yeah.
Or if he doesn't, that might affect the pass that way. Like if he does, it could create space for here. It could create space for this player. It could create a space for like a long ball to 9, go this way right away. But because we're moving off the ball, it's going to mess up the defensive shape. When we are just here, I am here, I'm attacking mid on the left side. This is what I'm going to be always right here. This is when you guys are only 20% player. You're never going to be a good top level player if you're stuck in your position like that. That's the key. So 9 starts every initial off the ball movement. It has to be done correctly and timely. Does that make sense, guys? Let me see. All right. Good answers, guys. Good answers. All right. Other question. Does everybody understand, by the way, that we need to make sure we do not step and ask for the ball from a guy who has space to go forward. And if you're going to check in, like if this guy, or let's just say this guy is not, 6 has so much space to dribble. He's dribbling to space. Why would you check in where he is dribbling? If you're going to check in, that's fine, but in an angle. Why? Because if there's this guy dribbling, at some point, one person from the other team is going to step to him where he is, seeing forward, right? So if you check in from an angle like this, or he checks in from an angle like this, when this player steps, you will be open already. That's off the ball movement on the top level, right? So you will be available the moment that angle comes. If you go like, you're like, oh, I'm going to check in right here. Come here. And then there is another guy comes in here to step, and now we're going nowhere. You just defended your own team better than the other team did. You stepped to the player to cover the space before the other team did. So you are just causing problems. You're not a part of the solution. You are the part of the problem now. All right. So question number 2. Let's go with the 1-6, 1-10 again. The 10 is dribbling to this way. 7 was wide, but he's making a run diagonally here. And like Noah said, he's going first, and the mark is going with him. What are the runs from who needs to be done right now? If number 7 is making a diagonal run, and maybe he thinks he wants the ball, but in reality, he is clearing space. Who are the 2 players that should fill that space? Let's make it more fun. Who are the 3 players should fill that space?
Yeah, number 10 can still go through where 7 was and go to the goal. It's open.
Yep. So because number
Because
7
he followed the
makes that
7
run,
anyway. He opened the
he
space.
takes the attention. He can look like he's going to pass to him, but he beats
Yeah,
the
exactly.
player to
Then he can
space.
go.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Benny, let somebody else answer the next one. So,
Okay.
Who else, guys? Who else? All right. Somebody, Ahmed Bahar, well done. 9, 10, and 2. Very good. So 9 should be running that way too when this guy is going this way. 2 should also recognize that there is space there because it's created. And I'm going to ask you this question. That's very good answers, guys. Well done. Good job. So do we do it in the game? Let's just say somehow we have this space and this guy is looking that way. Does our outside players go as wide as they can and start running? As wide as they can is the keyword. Do they attack? Do they use this space and attack? Yeah. Miguel does. Tim. Miguel does. That's why I love putting Miguel in the wing back because he just goes.
Yeah, I agree. I believe that we need to use that space better, but when we look at the play and what we do, we don't utilize that space to its full ability. Miguel is a phenomenal player in that position because he uses the sideline and he uses it to his advantage, which is hard going into attacking. But overall, as a team, we lack playing those wide balls. I know myself, I tend to play too many balls in towards the middle instead of playing them out wide where that space is to make that offensive shift.
I agree. But the system requires for them to attack. I mean, if you play the system correctly, and some of my former Gala teams that won the state, that won the top divisions, they utilize that. And Coach Raul, that some of you guys deal with, was one of the best wingbacks that can go back and forth. He was so good at it. Miguel is good at it. And we had other players that was good at it on the other side. Your coach Fabian was good at it. He was playing left wing back for a while. And, those things are critical to utilize that space and not just thinking about defending. You need to be able to attack. But because we're not in shape enough, we're not in the top fitness level, we don't want to do it. But the best fitness is the game itself. You need to be able to try to do that and push yourself to your limits during the game so you can get that match fitness anyway. Does that make sense, guys? So recognizing space is so much critical than people think. So let's just get to this. Let's just say we are in the attacking half and our right attacking midfield get in a situation and everybody is running in. Keeper is in the position. Everybody is running in. Defense is running in. This guy is running to this player to defend him. There's a person in the back post. We have a person in the back post. We have a person in the here, let's just say, and they have a person recovering, so they don't give an easy shot for us. And we have a drop here, let's just say. And so they're tight, let's just say. Give me, what are the solutions for this to have the best chance from this cross? Off the ball movement is their subject, right? So we have the ball here on the line. Player looking inside. Seems like the player here covers the line pretty good. What are our options?
The defense is way too far away as part of this, but my guess would be we take 7 passes to 2, and then we go to switch the field or open up the play. 7 is closed off here, so he doesn't necessarily have the best pass to get the ball into the box, where 2 has a much better. If he just takes a one-time touch into the back post, 11 can possibly put a header on.
All right, so good. That will be a good one. I think 2, 11 goes wider. They're going to start stepping this way, right? So the 9 steps in between the blind spot, and this guy is recovering, running maybe outside of him. That's good. And we can have a chance there. I like another answer. Anybody else?
Me?
Okay, go ahead.
So 7 has the ball, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he could drop it to number 2, like you said. 11 could go like about where your pointer is or something. No, like not there. Like
No, I'm
11
going to put another player there to make it a little bit more
Oh,
interesting.
I thought you were, yeah. So yeah,
Yes.
he could drop it to number 2.
Mm.
10 could move back slightly, so could 11, and yeah. And then at 11 he can just cross it.
Yep. Or finish it.
Yeah, or that.
Yeah.
Or he can drop the 2 and try to finish
I
it.
think we're in the same angle though. Anybody else? Tim, I've been talking to Travis in our semi-pro team about this decision. And in the first goal we scored this weekend, we faced this. The decision by Mamadi was really good. All right. I'll give you guys one more chance. Write it down, or because we're outnumbered right now. We only have 4 players as options, right? We didn't bring everybody. We should have bring more of these guys and maybe this guy in the back post, but we didn't. This is all we have right now. We got a counterattack and we didn't all step. It's pretty decent numbers still, but not necessarily enough. So what is our only other option?
The 6 makes the run into the box.
6 can, yeah. Okay. If 10 makes a run this way, what's going to happen to this guy?
He's going to follow.
What if 9 acts like he's going to go in and pulls back out this way?
The ball to the 9.
So instead of crossing a high cross, and let's just be honest, how many of us are very good at, or how many of our Gala players are very good at headers? So this could happen right here too. Like, let's just say the player beats players. He's looking inside and they're about to cover, and 9 runs in and pulls back out. This is one of the easiest goals in the game. Bomb. Drop back on the ground. Bomb. One touch shot. You catch him off guard. But the movement, you cannot be waiting here. You need to act like you're going to run in so you can make them go in more and then pull back out. Show yourself in that space and bomb. You have the space. I want you guys to answer in the chat or speak right here that you understand exactly what just happened there. Or you have a question, ask it.
Hey, Dodge, in that case, that play, it has to start with 10 in that case. If 10 doesn't make that movement, it's gonna be hard for 9, right? Because he won't see
Yeah,
that.
it's definitely gonna be harder. Like that's why I'm always telling these guys, yeah, you want to give constant movement. And if this guy doesn't follow you anyway, you could beat a shot, right? If he doesn't come to you, and you move to the space, that's actually creating space for yourself anyway. So let's just say he didn't make this. He's being lazy, right? This could still be a good option for you if the pass is driven and hard enough. But like you said, him making this movement this way, either is going to create space for himself or he takes the player, and that creates more space for this guy, and pass comes, they're going to be completely not going to be able to respond to that. But recognizing this, like I'm going to tell you this. When a player, let me show you guys in a small, so, sorry, hold on. So forget about the rest of the field. If this player is here, there's a player here, there's a player here, and our player has the ball right here. Like, this cross is not going to come to you, dude. So recognize, and in an angle run like this, is going to create space for your shot. So you should always recognize these moments anywhere in the field, not just as a forward. So, you know, like, let's just go to here and bring the ball to this player. This is what our sixes do usually, our sentiments. Pressure goes to them and they're like, give me the ball, I'm open right here. No, you're not. You're not open. This player is looking this way. Number one, this is where he can see. This is what we always say. What does the ball see? Right? So let's go back to that. This guy is stepping to you, and this guy is looking this way. Just move this way to space. Now you can see you bomb, and who stays in that gap? Doesn't matter if it's a three. If you're open, you see the space, go for it. Stay in the vision of the ball. Stay in the vision of the ball. The dumbest players are the ones that, yeah, give me the ball, I'm right here. He's not even looking at you. There's a guy on the way. How do you feel about being this person? Like, when you have the ball. Imagine this defender, like, you are pressed here, you have nowhere to go, and your four is asking, hey, drop the ball. I'm looking this way, man. I don't see anybody there. Now, drop the ball. Now it makes sense. Does that make sense now? Like, I'm telling you guys, off the ball movement is critical. Critical. So this movement right here is critical. So anywhere in the field, like, how many times you guys get the ball? Let's go, everybody go back to kind of where we were. Original shape. Let's go back to the original shape. The other team. Shape for us. This is, by the way, do you realize how I always put the attacking midfield not here? And sometimes I tell my coaches too, don't put in the whiteboard here. Or guys, you're the left forward. And the moment you say that to a kid, he just goes right here. Like, he doesn't understand that he's an attacking mid. And he needs to start his run from here. So we need to start compact. So our pressure is going to be much easier that way. For example, like if this guy on the other team gets the ball, if we're close to here, right? He presses here. 10 cuts the pass to this guy. 9 cuts the ball to the drop. And you can come in and cut the ball. It won't take a lot of time for you to cover if you're starting from central position. So where you start matters for sure. All right. I'm gonna check the messages there real quick. Good. Some individual messages came. Good ones. Good comments. Good questions. That kind of leads it to the right thing. So, is there any other position that you want me to cover before I go to something else? Ahmed and Bahar, I don't know who's the kid is, but we covered that. That was the first thing we covered. So maybe you guys missed it. This is the wing backs. They're not the fullbacks. They're the wing backs for us. Fullbacks is more about four back system. We have wing backs, so attacking usually a little bit further out than the fullback. Fullback is a little bit more defensive. Yeah, we covered the outside guys. I don't know where you were. We start this at 7. Any other?
Daji, what I wanna say is, or helpful could be is sometimes when a player had the ball, even the kids they do it. Some kids they want that ball, pass the ball to me. But if you need to get the ball, you have to make a space. You cannot be standing behind 2 defenders and demand the ball.
Yeah, that's what we kind of covered, Benny, a couple minutes ago.
Yeah,
you should. Yeah. So like I gave the example of you cannot be receiving, like, if this guy has the ball and you're asking for the ball, this guy is number one looking this way, and there's a pressure coming right at him. You are not open. You're not even just staying in the vision. We were just kind of covering that. The guy is seeing this. He's looking this way. This is what he sees. And there is no space to go for him there because this is taken by this player. So this player, if he wants the ball, really, he needs to be moving to the angle where he looks. This is the space. So he's like, yeah, give me the ball. I'm 6, right? And now, let's just say 6 got the ball. He turned it to forward. And 10 is asking for the ball. 10 should back up, be in the vision of the player, away from the pressure of this player, so he can be receiving the ball, correct? So it is critical that if we're going to be asking, don't just ask it to ask it. You need to make sure that you create space for yourself and for your teammates. And just because you're asking for the ball, that doesn't mean you're going to get it every time. But keep doing the right thing. Keep doing positive. So let's just say some of you guys are like, oh yeah, like we're not doing it, so I'm going to go somewhere else. Somewhere else, if they are coached by a good coach, like my level, they're going to be asking for this anywhere. Like I'm coming from a professional background, and my expectation is this. Trust me, if there is a coach that is even close to me, like let's just say 50% less than, they're still going to expect you to move less. I mean, more. So you want to make sure you're always moving to open up. So you cannot be just standing soccer player there. And only like some coaches are really thinking 1960s English style soccer. Everybody stands in their positions and we get the ball, the left back, and center mid, the right mid. That's not how easily it works. Unfortunately, not anymore. Soccer changed. It evolves. We should too. No problem, Benny. Thank you for the comment. Anybody else, guys? Any concerns? Any other? I saw that in the chat. There's a 4 and 5. I can kind of go over that a little bit. So remember, the outside guys are like more like a stopper, like a 4. 5 is the libero. So he's going to be a little bit deeper, like controlling the whole defense, the leader. So if this guy is, or this girl is talking to the rest of the players, you need to listen because he's in the center, he's in the deep. Just like you need to listen to your keeper yelling and you cannot talk back. This is the guy you shouldn't be talking back. I usually pick this guy to be a captain because they need to be vocal. They need to be talking all the time. And teams, a question came to me a couple minutes ago from the private chat about captains. Yes, I expect every coach to have a captain not changing every week basis. So that captain, especially number 5, that center back and center mid, if they're the captains, good places to do it, so they can learn to lead the team week basis to start from the core. And if you don't have the core set up, you're never going to be a consistent team. All right. So, but just don't judge the coaches. They are learning as well as we do. I am still studying. I'm teaching them what I see. And soccer is a game that always evolves, always comes new questions, right? And we have really good coaches. I trust them a lot, and there is always room to improve. Recently, I saw one of the sessions this week that was having a big line, and Gala is about not having big lines. So we corrected that, and the coaches changed it right away. So we are always watching that kind of stuff to make sure we don't have kids waiting one person's line and 10 people waiting. We're going to be evolved like getting in there, getting action with bigger numbers, or we are in a smaller groups getting more action consistently. I'm definitely against big lines. Always. All right. I'm waiting for a question, guys. Write it down. Four and five, I'm going to touch that subject. Let me just do that while we're waiting for some questions. So once our keeper gets the ball, let's just say, I know some of you guys are young, so you don't use your keeper yet, but if you do, 4 should be going as wide as you can. Same thing, if the 5 has the ball and he's looking this way, he's dribbling the ball, let's just say this way, 4 should be going wide, 2 should be this way, and 4 on the other side in a 3-back system should be coming this way. If the player turns this way instead, then this 4 needs to be going wide, and this guy needs to be coming in. So the moment that the player is dribbling and you get to see your jersey number and they're coming this way, you should be automatically coming to the central position. Why? Because if, let's just say he messes it up and you're both open, he messed it up, passed the ball, and this guy stole the ball, and there's a guy in the center wide open, he passed the ball, bomb, easy goal. But if he's looking this way and you come in and we lost the ball, he passes it, and you will be able to save the shot and immediate danger right away. We want to make sure we think defense first when it comes to that. With the 4-back, not necessarily you do that, but you do have players that slides into that space too. That's 1. 2, if your wing back or your outside attacking midfield gets the ball in here, you cannot be standing right here. This area, if you put it in a zone, let's go from here, is your zone, the right center back zone. So if this guy or this guy has the ball, even in a case this guy has the ball, you should be stepping up, give them options. So if 2 has the ball, you got to give a wider option. If this guy has the ball, you're going to be wider right here. This guy has the ball, you can step up forward, slightly wider, but not as wide as the other 2. So this is a big thing that a lot of people don't understand. We say drop the ball wide in this position. Why? Just make it more realistic. This guy OVC doesn't have where to go because this guy is defending him well, right? So he doesn't have a way to go. And this guy comes in here. Is this good? Many coaches, unfortunately, they're stuck with the old soccer. They want this. Why is it not good? And why is it an issue for me? Answer it, guys. Either unmute or write it down. So just to make sure you understand, now this guy has the ball. He's going there and he's looking. This is the vision that he has. This is where he's looking. He's looking at these spaces. It's very dangerous to drop the ball to the center. So one of the coaches I worked with it years ago, this was one of the pet peeves of Fatih Terim, big Turkish coach, that he never wanted players to pass it this way if there is pressure coming from the center. He only wanted them to pass to the center if there is nobody there. But if there is a pressure coming from the central position, this player's vision is only looking this way. This guy could cut in and steal the ball and go to goal right away. So the moment you go wide, you're going to do two things. One, you can see exactly what's between you and him. So when you get the ball, you know exactly in between. So if there's anybody coming from here, you still will have the time to clear the ball. And if you lose the ball here, it's less of a danger for us, not immediate danger right away. Okay? What else? That's good, right? Going wider makes us see any danger that is coming. We have a better vision. And when we pass the ball to center, if this guy steals it, he's one-on-one to keep it immediately a goal. Somebody direct message me. Oscar, you talking about 7 could make a run. Yes, you can make a run for sure. Yeah, but we're talking about dropping the ball right now. Our subject is dropping the ball. And somebody else said, Jose says, if you go narrow, it'll be an easy interception from the opponent. It's closer to the middle, to the center. Yes. So that's not what I was asking, though. So he goes wide. He sees what's between. Because he goes wide, if he's receiving the ball, they're going to be responding to that. That creates more space for us. If he comes here, 9 making a run, right? So we have a lot more options on this wider area to pass the ball than receiving the ball from here and getting the pressure immediately to us. Now we have 0 options. When you go wider, you see more options for your teammates. Okay, Jose. But good one. Like what you said was not wrong. So it is critical we drop the ball there, right? So let's go back to what we were kind of talking about. So if this player has the ball, we go here a little bit wider, not as wide, right? So we can see the next ball right away forward. And if this player has the ball, just straight back to them. So you can see bomb forward. So one big rule for like a professional soccer players. It is okay to drop the ball. but don't do double drops. That's my rule, personal rule. Don't drop the ball to 4 and then you drop the ball to 1. Just if one drop means one forward. Does that make sense? So if we one drop, next person makes the run and now we're attacking. The only reason we're dropping because we don't have a space to go forward. So we're giving it to somebody who has the space going forward. Does that make sense? Please respond to that if that makes sense to you guys. Okay. Any other question? And guys, if you want to make the 4-5 a little bit more, I'm just trying to make it a little simpler. We have all ages in here, pro guys to all the way to micros. But is there anything else you want more specific about 4-5? I can explain, or any other position. Like let's go cover, for example, quickly keeper. Like we get the ball, 4 receives a pressure. He looks back this way. 1 should give a wide option. We drop the ball and it clears it to space. We don't want to mess around there if we're under pressure, high pressure. But if there is no pressure and we drop the ball to our keeper wide, we just need to make sure we have options for the keeper to open the game. The pressure is going to come from one person. We just have the keeper to open the game wide and we can get out from there. So keepers, don't wait in your goal if your outside center back gets the ball or outside wing back gets the ball and they don't have anywhere to go. You could easily give an option to them, but just don't mess around most of the time, especially the younger ones. You don't know all the decisions yet. So if they drop it to you, get under the ball and clear it to space wide. Don't kick it back to the keeper in the center because our attack is over before it starts. And always try to clear it wide if you're unsure about where you want to go. Like, see, that's off the ball movement for a keeper. So there's a lot of off the ball movement for all positions. And we can stay here for like 7 hours and cover every position, but we won't cover all the decisions and all the areas because it's unlimited, really. We just can only cover some of the general things that you should be looking at. Like I do not like an outside back or outside wing back to pass the ball to the center when there is pressure in the middle. I'd rather have them hold the ball and try to go wide and clear the ball this way, or hold the ball until somebody gives a drop to them to drop the ball wide. So this guy has the space now to see the next ball right here. It's that easy. So that's your cue, by the way, 4. If you're outside back, we talked about this, you got to give a drop. Bomb, find the through ball. Or find the long ball wide. Okay? Does that make sense, guys? All right. I think I'm going to stop today, unless you have a question. I know some of you guys are ready to go. I wish you were asking more questions. Today's questions wasn't that impressive. But it's important. These subjects are very important. So every time we don't have a Wednesday training, we're going to be doing this. And I think these are more valuable than the field training, to be honest. I teach this kind of stuff to other coaches, other clubs coaches. I also do teach Zoom sessions to, right now I'm not, but last year for about 6 months, I did Zoom classes for a professional team in Europe, their youth system, to work on set plays and 3-back systems and how to go against 3-back and how to go against 4-back and all that. I was teaching that. So these are very valuable. I got paid a lot of money for doing that. So I think you should take advantage of these sessions as much as you can. And so I hope you enjoyed it. Put a feedback in WhatsApp chat, parents, players. If there's subjects you like today, we covered, it made sense to you guys, some positive feedback, and also feedback like what else do you want to see the kids struggling with. Just put it in the chats and I'll look at them all I'm in all of them. I've been busy lately with my licensing, my coach's education right now. I'm sorry. But I'll be back more after November. And also my high school soccer is going and my semi-pro soccer is going. But I'm all for Gala. This is my heart, everything, this club, and we're gonna make sure everybody's getting better. So please don't hesitate to message me too. I'm always available, more available than any of the other directors. They get paid double the amount I get paid, and they don't do half the job I do. So I'm all in for you guys. Thank you guys for coming. I'll be turning it off now, and message me in that, like I said, feedback. I appreciate it. Thank you.